So again, we're going to use stay at the Library of Longshade, I believe. Oh, wait. There's a ability I should use for this upcoming thing, I believe. So I'm going to use Slick, which will give us 3 points in Wrestling, which, double checking my notepad here, is what we need for the next thing. So we'll do Library of Longshade, and we'll bring up, and we'll do Adventure. So same as before, we're going to bring up Revision Spells, and the next adventure is called A New Storm. It's blue right now, so I'm actually going to save just in case Slick doesn't get applied before the adventure. I'm pretty sure it does, but again, just in case. And honestly, the reason I'm saving so much is we're getting near to the end, so I don't want to waste extra days redoing a adventure thing and trying to get it, done. So all these are just precautions. The storm's finally over, but Minta is a mess. Several houses have been completely destroyed, their roofs torn off by the fierce winds and the walls cracked and shredded. Furniture lies in bedraggled heaps on the streets. You pass by a large four-poster bed with a man sleeping in it. The bed is placed neatly on top of a small shed, and from the sound of the snoring, the trip didn't wake its sleepy occupant. People are moving about the streets now, picking at the rubbish and staring at the swath of destruction. Mud-colored water lies in dirty pools over the streets, and several children are already splashing happily. But the rest of Minta, the adults, are pale-faced and stunned. They don't know what to do. The captain is the one to take charge. You and Kalarn reach the square just as the captain is sorting out work groups, and he nods brusquely at you over the heads of the crowd. The militia has been split up, several men to every dozen townsmen, and people are already moving off around the town in search of repair work to do. Once everyone has a task, the captain leads the last group towards the inn and begins clearing away the wreckage of chairs and tables strewn through the buildings and out onto the pavement. You have been working for a few hours and have paused to get a drink of water when you notice a strange man shuffling up a side street. He drags one leg, almost like a limp. After watching him for a while, you realize he's not so much limping as he is too lazy to lift his feet properly. Damn. He's slouching miserably, a large sack thrown over one shoulder, and a cracked bit of pipe clenched between his teeth. He's an odd little man, all lumps and knobs. His ears are too big and his nose is too small, and his hair covers his eyes in a greasy black fringe. But the strangest thing about this little man is the fact that he doesn't appear to be bothered by the hive of activity he's walking through or of the storm. He's just mooching along as though the world doesn't really exist. You watch him for a few moments before finishing your drink and returning to work. The captain is perched precariously on a half-broken table trying to repair a door. He pauses as you approach and you offer him a glass of water. "Thanks," he says. He smiles, and it's the first time you've seen him smile since before the storm. He wipes his forehead and drains the glass. As he hands it back down to you, you see a flicker of movement out of the corner of your eye. It glints in a flash of sun, and you instinctively jump to one side. The captain, startled by your movement, topples off the table and collapses onto the ground. He gives an angry yell, but he stops suddenly, his mouth open in the shape of an O. Both of you stare at the wall of the inn, right about where the captain had been standing, about the right height for his heart, is a long throwing knife sticking out of the wood. Damn. There's a pirate signal on the handle. You spin and see a little shuffling man running down the streets. He just tried to kill the captain. You have to catch him. I wonder if there was an update or something, because I wasn't seeing these like how half and two is clinging together. That's actually really distracting to me. Hold on. Is it? Yeah, no, even if I make the letter smaller, it's like it's missing a space. That sucks. So we can use wrestling, chase him and tackle him, flawless timing, use the right spell at the right moment, observation, which way is the pirate running, and command to convince the townsfolk to catch the pirate. We're going to go with wrestling, of course, because apparently we're just failing blue options. Observation would open up a chance to use incantation spells, but so that's just going to throw that out there. That's what observation would have done. So wrestling, chase him, and tackle him. Your anger spurs you on as you dash down the street after the pirate. He's fast in his fear, but you're faster, and you catch up with him before he can even reach the corner. In a burst of speed, you launch yourself at his ankles, and the two of you roll in the dust. You suppose that it probably wasn't the best of idea to tackle a dangerous suspect, especially a pirate, but the man puts up a little fight. He's shouting that he gives up before you hit him even once, and he gladly lets you bundle him to his feet and shove him back towards the captain. What a strange pirate. Anyone would think that you were some kind of demon warrior bent on cracking his bones and using his hair to string your ukulele. Do demons have ukulele? What? Whatever. I like the picture of a demon using a ukulele. You all but drag the pirate back to where the captain is now, sitting on the table, and fling him to the ground. The captain raises a cool eyebrow and dangles one leg absently back and forth. He seems very calm. Pleasantly so. In fact, you've noticed the captain always seems at his calmest when the situation is difficult. "Hello," he says, pursing his lips as he looks down at the terrified man. "It's Scruffs McGee. What are you doing in Minta? And why?" He rolls his eyes towards the knife. "Why in heaven's name did you throw the knife? By Octavius's men! You would have been better to stick it in me, if you're that set on having my blood. Much more reliable that way." Scruffs looks dazed, and you don't blame him. The captain looks rather like one of those professors holding a class. He frowns slightly and sighs. "All right, McGee, let's have it. What is Assad doing near Minta?" He holds up a hand as the pirate starts to protest. "No, I know you never sail with anyone else." For a moment, Scruffs looks as though he's going to cry. The poor man's hair is matted, and he has mud on the end of his nose. He doesn't even look like a pirate, and from the way the captain's talking to him, you get the feeling that he's not a very good pirate. Finally, he groans and sniffles a bit. "Let me have a smoke, Captain." The captain smiles. It's the kind of smile a tiger might give to a lamb before eating it. "Of course." He nods to Daros, who reluctantly produces the pirate's pipe, fills it and lights it, and pokes it into the corner of Scruff's mouth. Scruff puffs for a moment and then sighs. "All right, Captain, you got me. It's a fair cop." And the captain's voice is sweetness itself. "And what, Captain? I'm here for my leave is all. Just larking about and having fun when this blasted storm came rolling in. You don't hold the little knife thing against me, do you?" "Lucia forbid," the captain says dryly. "Scruffs, I know you. You're the worst pirate who ever lived. You never leave the ship for leave because you're afraid the others will sail off and maroon you. Why is Assad here?" The two men lock gazes and Scruff's eyes fall first. "All right, I'll tell you. We were wrecked by the storm. We're just looking to fix our ships. That's all, and and the big cannon, that's all, I swear. Big cannon." The captain presses Scruffs for more information, but the little man seems to have gathered some strength from the pipe and clams up. After a while, the captain sighs and gestures for Daros to take the pirate away. "Lock him up. We'll talk some more when the work is finished." As Scruff shuffles off in Big Daros's company, the captain turns to you. "Thank you. You saved my life." You shrug and look at your feet in embarrassment. "'Twarn't nothing." He grins and claps your shoulder. "I'm glad to have you with us, Rune. Now let's get back to work before nightfall. We saved a man's life. While stopping in one of the stores in town, a display of rim balls suddenly begins to topple over. If you stand there, it will land right on top of you. You could just move over out of the way, but the shopkeeper might appreciate the help. Step to the side to avoid falling objects. Observation. Is there anything at hand that you could use to stop the disaster? Incantation spells and acrobics. So we're going to use observation, of course. You glance quickly around and see a small, dirty, and extremely dusty broom standing next to an equally filthy and battered dustpan. Ugly or not, it could help. Flawless timing. Try to catch the shelf and keep it from falling. Sure. Not only do you manage to keep the shelf from falling, but some quick thinking on your part about using your body to stop the rim balls from flying off really minimizes the amount of cleanup to be done. Nothing like a real-life application to further your understanding of a skill, right? Alright. So, Slick lasts for a couple days, so our wrestling is 13 at the moment, which doesn't really matter. It'll change in a couple days. Revision is now level 3. We have to bring it up to level 10. Yeah, that's not great, but whatever. We've learned about this. We've learned about friendship, which increases charm and befriend. And we've learned about location, which increases navigation and cartography. We also increased our confidence skill by 1. And we have increased our relationship between Amelia and ourselves. And we've also increased our relationship with Sigilis by 1. So, if you want to read what she's about, you got that, and Amelia is like this. I forgot that some people probably don't know all the characters. There's a written Let's Play of Academagia that I should link to, probably in the description of this video in particular, where she was one of, like, the main character's friends in the story. Let's see, you succeeded at doing the adventure. We did a new storm. The next one should be doable, but we're going to continue with studying, and we're hopefully going to get Evelyn's adventure, do like 1 or 2 of hers this session as well. Let's see, Tallulah competed. Piccolo competed. You have added a broom to myself. Sure. You increased your flawless timing skill by 1. So that's nice. We also got inhuman timing, which seems to be a fighting skill, so okay. And Morvidius College has impressed Legate Orso Orsi. Good for them. Let's see, Prudence succeeded at using Pick a Fight on herself and this teacher, who seems to be the glamour teacher. Let's see, Evelyn did not succeed at study and did not succeed at get ready. And Netta did not succeed at anything today. She tried to work the forge, do some plotting, and study. So that's actually, like, it looks like she just wasted her day. That sucks.